Welcome, everyone. Today I'm going to do a reading for all signs, and it's going to be about love predictions for really for the recent, for current energy, but taking 2024 into consideration. Um, I'm not going to make it real long because I have to tell you, I am just Sam and I have COVID, and I feel like I'm starting to come out of it now. So if you haven't seen me online for a while, that's why. Uh, Started at New Year's Eve. But anyway, so we are feeling a little bit better, and I just feel like I need to do reading. It feels like it's been forever. So I thought, let's do love. So we're going to do love predictions, all signs. And I do have a new deck that I would like to introduce. And it's called the Cozy Witch Tarot. All right. So we're going to be looking at overall energy, their personal feeling towards you at the moment, your view of them, actions towards your relationship or towards this connection. Doesn't have to be relationships. So I'll show you as we go along. I mean, actually, I don't want to say I stole the idea, but my daughter was doing these readings and I just loved them. And I thought, oh, I wonder if she'll be upset if I use her format. But I know she won't. So that's what I decided to do. So this is going to be for all signs. And then I think what I'll do through the month of January is do love predictions for each sign. Okay. But this is for all signs right now. So again, this is the Cozy Witch Tarot. I have not used it yet. I have been shuffling it for days, um, just welcoming it to the family. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's give it a cut. All right. So what we're going to do is, first of all, we're going to pull a card for overall energy. And, well, hello, the Magician. I have to say, I wasn't totally in love with these cards when I got them. I was hoping they'd be, I don't know, a little bit more intuitive. But on the other hand, I have to say that, if you're learning tarot, it gives you the meaning below. So that's kind of nice. But anyways, the Magician, this is the overall energy. You have everything you need to do anything you want. You have everything you need to do anything that you want. All right. So that's the overall energy. We'll put that there. And now we're going to look at their personal feelings for you at the moment. We have, well, hello, High Priestess. The High Priestess, actually, let me bring my lid down a little bit. Not too far. When in doubt, your first gut feeling can always be trusted. Remember, the High Priestess is your intuition. I have a feeling that this is saying that there's a lot of you that connect on an intuitive level, even if you're not together. You know what I mean? Like telepathically, through your dreams. Um, that's a great energy to have, I feel like, for their personal feelings for you right now. So I feel like, they must think that you are very intuitive, that you like, I feel like you trust your gut and they've got to learn to trust their gut. You know what I mean? I don't know why, but I feel like there's a little fear on one end. But I feel like whoever is carrying the energy of the high priestess, which again, it just means that someone is paying attention to their intuition. That's the main thing. And by the way, we're going to go back and clarify each one of these. All right, so let's look at their view of you. And we have the Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands. These words are so small. Sometimes you have to be willing to bend the rules a little. Sometimes you have to be willing to bend the rules a little. I have a feeling when they think of you as someone who, um, I want to say go-getter, but I'm not sure that's the word I'm looking for. Like I feel, like I feel like I'm someone who doesn't take a lot of shit. You know what I mean? Like don't come to me with, a lot of shit. Um, excuse my language. But again, this is their view of you. So the Knight of Wands, very passionate type energy. So I feel like, again, there's like this telepathic connection going on, even if it's interesting because I haven't even looked at all the pictures yet. But look how she's sitting at the window's edge. It's like she's lighting her candle. And it's almost like she's lighting her candle for her love, maybe to find their way. Her or him, by the way. All right. So, what actions will they take towards you, towards this connection? We have, well, hello, King of Cups. King of Cups. Interesting, the cards that we're getting. Always compose yourself before giving a response. Well, King of Cups doesn't always do that. But this is someone that, I feel like it's interesting. There's two windows open. One is this one person is shining her light out the window, and then this person has her window open, and look at the little birdie on the windowsill. That is your intuitive connection. Some of you relate to birds, as I do. I often feel our spirit guides show in many different ways. Just feels like a connection that wants to come together. And I feel like telepathically or maybe spiritually, it almost feels like it already has. But maybe, like in the physical plane, someone hasn't taken, action yet. King of Cups is someone who is normally feels good in a relationship, enjoys having that special partner and is in the upright. If it was reversed, then it would be the opposite. Then I would say run. Don't stop, run. But it's not. And I feel like this message that one is sending, the other one is receiving it. It's interesting. Sending it at night, receiving it during the day. All right. Well, what are your feelings towards them? We have, interesting, the Hierophant. We have two major arcanas and then two energies of people. All right, so the Hierophant, Cartaurs, by the way. I didn't give any signs, I'm sorry. Tradition is important, but it doesn't have to be everything. So, your feelings towards them, the Hierophant. I feel like first and foremost, if you already know who this person is, because listen, 2024, you may find yourself in love and never expected it. But again, I feel like, and then I get this feeling all of a sudden. Let's not forget the magician is here too. That may be why I'm feeling it. But I feel like if you remember that when you're born into this lifetime, you already have a guardian angel assigned to you. And this guardian angel is assigned to just you, and they have their guardian angel. Now, can guardian angels talk? Of course they can. So this may be that type of relationship where, it doesn't mean it's going to be easy in this physical plane, but on a spiritual level, it just feels like maybe it's exactly how it was meant to be. Like it wasn't meant to be super easy. Maybe we had to learn to trust our intuition. Maybe it's this period of time, can be even dreams of each other. And again, you don't have to know who this person is. You may be dreaming of someone, and then you may find because for some reason I keep thinking of your guardian angel, you may find that you meet them in the most unexpected places or of ways. All right. Um, and the overall energy supporting this connection. And there is a connection here. I feel it. There is a connection. And the cards are showing us that. We have the Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles. Interesting right next to the Hierophant. For some of you, could certainly be a Taurus. And I should tell you, King Cups can be a Scorpio, Cancer, or Pisces, but it certainly does not have to be. I read them as energy, not necessarily just the sign. And the reason why I do that is because we're all a little bit of everything, right? We're all connected. So, anyways, the Queen of Pentacles, there is no need to sacrifice. You can have it all. Well, hello. What does her door say? The witch is in. All right. So we're going to go back and clarify these, but how interesting. So you have the High Priestess that's mirrored by the Queen of Pentacles first and foremost. I like that a lot because I feel like the Queen of Pentacles is someone, first of all, with the Hierophant next to it, this is like higher vibrational type energy. And that's why I feel like maybe some of you may not have met this person yet. They may be coming in the most unexpected of ways, but I feel like you're receiving signals, signs. Um, so just be ready. And then let's not forget what the magician says here. You have everything you need to do anything you want. The magician. And that's talking about within, right? You have experience. This is not your first time here on earth, right? Like you have spirit guide, you have everything you need. Okay, so let's go ahead and I think I want to stay with these. Why not, right? But let's bring them down and let's clarify each one. So for the person's feelings towards you, let's bring these up a little bit. Of course, we have the High Priestess, and with the High Priestess, we have Justice. Can be a card of Libra, or it is a card of Libra, but it doesn't have to be Libra. This is about their feelings towards you. Stick to the truth, and everything will turn out fine. Stick to the truth, and everything will turn out fine. I always notice the 11 with Justice, and I often associate that with like I hate to use the word twin flame because I don't want people to get stuck on that. You know what I mean? Great love is great love. And that's it. I feel like Guardian Angel's like, and that's that. So, their feelings towards you at the moment. Justice. Well, to me, justice is about what's fair and just in the world, but it's also about making one whole again. So I feel like someone is not feeling whole. Like someone is, it's almost like I want to find that special partner. Um, I I'm dreaming about this partner. I'm even sending my intentions out, and those intentions are reaching who it's meant to reach. And I feel like two guardian angels are speaking, and I don't mean just two, I mean who's ever meant to connect here. I do feel like your guardian angels are connecting. So I like that a lot. I feel like, let's say this is a man. I feel like I'm half the man I used to be, or I'm half the woman I used to be, and I'm really looking for fulfillment. So I do feel like this person you know, is looking for that other half, for that to become whole. Now, you don't need another person to make you whole, but let's face it, when, you want love, you do feel like you're lacking a little. So that's how they're feeling towards you. Okay, let's put that back up and put that over there. And let's bring down um, their view of you. So we have the Knight of Wands again, and we have two swords. Two swords. Wake up. What is it that you truly want? Wake up. What is it you truly want? I feel like some of you may have a little fear. Love is fearful. I mean, it's not meant to be fearful, but as you've gone through different relationships, it is a little scary to give your heart away. And I'm okay with it being the two of swords because two of swords means there's just a blindfold on. There just may be something I don't want to face. It may be about myself, and I feel like it's more on their end, though it can also relate to you. You may be mirroring each other, like it certainly could be mirroring each other's energy. Um, so I feel like this person may be a little fearful of like making the first move type of energy. All right. I'm keeping this rather short just because of the way I feel. I hope you guys don't mind. But I just was watching my daughters and I'm like, I just love that format. So, um, where are we at? Actions towards you. What type of actions will they take towards you? So we bring down the King of Cups and we have the Five of Pentacles. Here it says nothing is ever as hopeless as it seems. This could talk about two people that were together. Now remember, this could be different things for different people. You just want to trust your own intuition. I mean, you have the High Priestess. Trust your intuition within any tarot reading. You know what I mean? But nothing is ever as hopeless as it seems. Sitting next to the King of Cups. So I kind of love that. Now, the Five of Pentacles is the energy, sometimes the feeling thrown onto the cold. I don't have the luxury to just, you know, heal or just lay in bed and do nothing. I have to keep moving. But I often feel in the Five of Pentacles, you're heading towards soulmate energy. And I feel like that's exactly what's going on here. That's exactly what's going on here. Um, I feel they feel a little injured, and I don't feel it's from you. I just feel like it's life in general. Like I feel like they've had some ups and downs, no doubt, as we all have, but for some reason I feel like it's important that I specify that. I feel like this person is feeling very lonely. And I do feel like, it is a five. So five speaks of change. I just realized we have two fives back to back. Again, mirroring energy. You're mirroring each other. So, all right, well, let's keep going. By the way, Stiller game's on today, too. That's why I have my Stiller shirt on. Okay, let's move that over there. And what are your feelings towards them? Bring down the Hierophant. Look at this, the Nine of Swords. So both of you carry a little fear. Both of you are carrying just a little bit of fear. Um, let's see what it says here. We all get a bit carried away with our worries sometimes. Because remember, this is about unnecessary worry. That is the meaning of the card. But it's still worry, right? You can talk about sleepless nights. Interesting, though. I feel like, this person's lying in bed and thinking of you, um, thinking of love. I feel like where the fear is coming at is I feel that they fear that maybe it'll never manifest, but it can. This is a nine, final reflection. final reflection. But, who's ever carrying this energy does have to look at it because really it's a waste of one's time. Because I guess what I'm trying to say is we can't control everything, right? And I feel like because you're guardian angels and because you're mirroring each other, I don't feel like there's a lot to fear. I feel like this is more of a natural type energy, like naturally we come together. And listen, maybe the period in between is each of you healing from previous, let's just say, relationships, you know, um, so that you can be, well, all that you can be within a relationship. All right. Oops, wrong one. And then last but not least, um, the overall energy supporting this connection. Hmm. Page of Cups. Page of Cups. I feel like this is saying maybe I need to be okay with allowing something to just begin at the beginning and not worry about where the final destination will be. Now, I'm picking this up intuitively. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like, well, first of all, the Page of Cups is it's like your inner child. And I feel like there's two people, or let's just say both sides here, where I do feel like their inner child was injured. Now, that happens to all of us. So it's that healing period again in between. It's almost like your guardian angels are saying, how's your person doing? Well, they're almost there. How's your person doing? I think they're about ready. But what does the Page of Cups say here? Let yourself continually let let yourself be continually surprised by this thing called life. Sorry, the print is so small. But anyways, what I love too is I feel like when this does come together, it feels very playful. It feels very loving. It does feel grounded because remember, we started with the Queen of Pentacles. We already know that you can connect on an intuitive level. Some of you may not even realize that. You may be having these dreams and you're like, why am I dreaming this? Well, you may be getting closer and closer and closer to your love. And again, because I feel your guardian angels, and because I feel like I was meant to say, just to remind you that, each of us was given a guardian angel, and that guardian angel knows us. I mean, it knows us before we even came into this lifetime. They even knew what was going to happen within our life. Now, we do need to allow their guidance to come through because remember, we do have free will, and that's what can get us in trouble sometimes, our free will, right? So, all this seems like it's like a spiritual connection that wants to come together. There's a little bit of a fear factor, though. So I feel like the best thing to do here is, and I feel like the fear factor is relating to previous relationships. So if I'm still carrying that energy, then I haven't healed it. I haven't let it go. And it won't serve you moving forward. And I feel like that's really what your guardian angel wants you to know. And for them also, like, take chances. Like I feel like in the Page of Cups, like just step into it and let's see what happens. And that may be why I'm saying, like, you don't need to know where the final destination is going to be because it is about the journey. And I find, especially in love, you know, the journey is what's exciting. And I don't know, I feel like we don't want to move it too quickly because, it's like waiting, not waiting, but like, that phone call and you talk on the phone and you talk for hours. And then, those date nights and, all that excitement and love and all that. You don't want to miss that by, and I feel like, why would I miss that? Because my mind wants to know, okay, well, are you going to be my one forever? Now, I do feel that, but at the same time, I feel like you're a guardian angel saying, enjoy the journey, my dear. Enjoy the journey. Okay. Now, before I let you go, I feel like, well, there's too many there. I do want to pull Mother Mary card over all of this. For my beautiful lovers, let's go ahead and take one Mother Mary card. Well, whatever wants to come out. I'm not going to limit over this connection. And I do feel like some of you already know each other. Interesting. Marriage. I do feel like some of you already know each other, but I feel like some of you don't. You haven't met yet. Now, but I feel like in your soul, you feel like you will. I feel like immediately as when you do meet, you will feel like you know each other. Again, your guardian angels wouldn't get involved here if um, I want to say if it wasn't something it's meant to be, but again, your free will overrides everything. You have to make that decision, right? The ball will always be put in your court, and so on and so forth. All right, we have present moment. So I am fully present in the here and now. Why? Because that is where your signs and your messages are sent in the present moment. This is where your guidance is at. This reminds me of judgment, and judgment talks about bringing yourself to the present. Like, don't get lost in the past, because a rebirth is going to happen. Now, when I say a rebirth, all of a sudden it came to my mind, like, I have a feeling for some of you, this is not your first time around. And I don't mean in this lifetime, I mean in lifetimes. It's not your first time together. All right, children. Children. Some of you may have known each other as children. My heart is filled with love for children, which creates miracles and positive changes for them and me. And then marriage. Interesting how I kept saying, like, don't think about the final destination, but then we have marriage. Now, I don't feel like you're married here. That doesn't mean you couldn't have been married. Doesn't mean you weren't married in a past life. I feel like, though, it is saying you want to know the final destination, the potential. And I have to say potential because your free will, especially with these fives, like, you know, five is asking for change. Um, and, with the Hierophant, it can just simply mean like as we raise our own vibration, and that may be what's going on here. We may have people who are at different vibrations, and like our guardian angels are trying to bring us into equal, right? Because this is equal. So, present moment, children, and marriage. Maybe this is someone that you're going to start a family with. So, use the magician's energy. Remember the magician saying there's nothing you cannot do. Now, can fear get in the way and stop you? Yes, absolutely. And that's usually what happens. So we want to know that. Like, and maybe that's why with the Page of Cups, I felt that energy, first of all, inner child, like that excitement, like that butterflies, that type of feeling. I don't want you to miss that. But I also feel like, step by step by step. But ultimately, this may be talking about, it's interesting because present moment mirrored by marriage. Yeah, mirrored by marriage. I'm sorry, my ears are clogged. I'm like having a hard time hearing myself. Um, so there you go, guys. I think I'm going to leave it there. I wanted to make this kind of short and sweet. Definitely check out my daughter's channel because she's done them already for each sign for January. Well, actually, for very current energy. So she's done them for each sign, and yeah, I want to thank her because I loved the format, and I thought I just got to do that. I got to try it, and it's perfect because um, again, I'm almost over the COVID, but it still has me. So doing like full readings, I just don't think I can do it yet. So I thank you for your patience, by the way. But I am on I'm coming out of it. So I'll be back to full time very quickly. But anyways, I just loved it. And I love you guys. And I thank you. I will see you next time at our table. Bye bye, guys.